What's going on, everyone? How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? Let me shut that close. Alright. Hope everyone's vibing today. We're gonna be vibing pretty soon. So we ended off last time with a little something like this. That was our thing. I don't remember exactly what we were doing, but we were doing something, right? So I don't actually know. I guess I have an idea of what I want to do, right? What I want to do is yeah, we'll do just a plan file. Yeah, let's add it. And then we're gonna go ahead and like step one is gonna be, I don't even know how that. So first off, I want to create a toolbar. Create a button for making boxes. And then allow boxes to be created, I guess. Because, right, so there should be a toolbar, and then I should make a button on that toolbar, and then I want that button to actually work, right? We can say give button functionality or something. I'm actually going to copy that into here. That's not. Oh, that's why. I could tune down the font. Does that work? Does that look fun? Ah, it's good enough. It's good enough. It'll be okay. So a toolbar. That means I want a... Let me open the WPF Docs. Let me do that. Oh, interesting. Let me do so. Hold on. Sorry. I'm really sorry. Yeah, I guess this is probably fine. So I want a panel. How do I split it up? I want a separate thingy from here than there is here. That's what I want. I like how when I took up WPF docs, it took me to documents in WPF. That's funny. This WPF is not on here. Go to .NET. Is WPF on here? WPF. Yeah. Here. Yeah, so I don't necessarily want something like this. It's not what I was looking for. Right. I want to actually split up the area. What if I go here? I think I'm doing this too. I think I'm making this too complex to start, right? So first of all, I just want to, I just want to button it first, right? That's the first thing I want. Where are the control types? Okay, so button. Here we go. We finally made it here. Why is there no... There's no like docs on how to like... There's no docs on how to write it, what attributes are in here. I guess, wait, hold on. I guess these would be the properties. But it's like border brush and border thickness are on here. Yeah, okay. So that's still weird that it doesn't actually show you Oh, I don't want that. It doesn't actually, like it shows you an example of how to create one, right? But it doesn't actually show you the syntax for creating. It doesn't show you like the template for creating one. I feel like, which is weird. So I'm going all the way back to here. This is still in WPF. Okay. What is this? Wait, why is this in here? That's funny. This is really funny. Minecraft Bedrock is such a different, it's so much different than Java. Just like the whole vibe to it, right? Like the whole, I don't know, it's just like completely different. The documentation and obviously the way it's written, and I feel like the structure of things, it's just like way different. It's crazy. But okay, I guess all I gotta do, first I'm gonna delete this and call this tools, and then I'm gonna delete this. Right? What's a list box? Actually, I do want to know what a list box is. Here we go. Oh, my headphones just told me what the battery was. I definitely thought that it was because my headphones were dying, and I was like, what? And then it said 80%, and I must have just like hit the power button on the side that alerted me, but I was so confused. I was like, why are you telling me it's at 80%? I don't really need to know that. But anyways, a list box control provides users with a list of selectable items. Oh, okay. So I don't actually want this. What I want is button. Let's do grid.row. We'll do row 1. And not grod. Grid.column equals 0. And again, this is where it comes in to where like I feel as though making a button like this is not. Oh wait, hold on. No, okay, this makes sense. I didn't realize that there was it's two separate tags. So it's gonna be square. Oh, cool. This is good. I like. Right. What if I made the row? No. I'm so sorry. Okay. What if I made the column row width? What if I made this like 100? And then we yank this. And paste this. There's a bunch of them. But then we want to stack all of them, right? So in that case, isn't there a stacky thing? Is it stack panel? Is that what it is? Arranges tiled elements into a single line. Yes, that's exactly what I want. Stack panel. Let's do grid dot row equals 1. Grid dot column equals 0. And then let's do this. Delete those. Paste them in there. Here we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. And then just do delete to this. There we go. Now we have we have tool buttons. They're not very good, but that's not the point. Yo, Sunfire, what's good? What's good, man? What is good? How you doing? Let's do. We're gonna do that, and then we're just gonna do yank in Word, highlight in Word, paste, yank in Word, highlight, paste, yank in Word, paste. Nope, I messed it up. Yank in Word, highlight in Word, paste, yank in Word, highlight in Word, paste. Okay. So that's good, right? That is good, I believe. And then what's the... there was something about... It was like a model view model architecture. Yeah. MVVM. Model view model. Let's see. Just gonna bring this over here. That's not at all what I wanted to do. There we go. All right. Content is an excerpt from the ebook Enterprise Application Patterns using .NET MAUI. What's .NET MAUI? I don't know. But anyways. So there's view model. So what this is saying is that it's just like it's just a segmentation, right? All this is it's just like not abstraction, but it's what is this called? I don't know. It's something. Okay, so view is responsible for defining structure, layout, and appearance. So this is all the UI, right? This is all the XML. This is UI. View model is properties and commands which the view can bind data to. And then the model is like the back end, right? Non-visual classes that encapsulate the app's data. Simplest approach for the view to declaratively instantiate its corresponding view model in XML. When the view is constructed, the corresponding view model object will also be constructed. So when content page is created, the login view model is automatically constructed and set as the view's binding context. Okay. And then where's the model? So the login view, wait. Okay, I see. All right, so I think I understand. Maybe. It's possible. So first of all, I have to figure out how to make a box, right? Which means I need to figure out how to I need to figure out how to use this library, this new library that I've been looking at. It's not what I wanted. This. This is much more complicated than I thought it was. I thought this was going to be like a simple... I don't know. I just thought this was going to be a lot simpler. A little more structured. Oh, but it's not like here's how you would set up just like a normal thing. And the verbiage is also very confusing. I wonder if whoops. Oh, hold on. It was this one? Yeah, Go Diagram had way better. It's also for C#, but this is for WinForms, not WinSCP. Or not, no. It's for WinForms, not WPF, is what I'm saying. It's not for WPF. And I just wanted docs. So like this is what I really wanted. I guess you have to load this. See, like that's not even in this, right? Like that's not in this at all. It doesn't actually tell you what you even need to reference to get this. Unless I'm missing something obvious. This is the same document, yeah. Is this not? Do you have to pay for this? Am I confused? Maybe I'm just like oblivious. I think that might be the issue. Cause like what if you buy for this? Obviously I'm not buying 6,000. For individual consultants and sole proprietor businesses, we offer individual license with distribution, one-year support. Academic licenses for non-commercial applications are available to current students and academic staff. Oh, so you do have to... Oh, you do have to buy this. Alright, so I guess I'm... pretty dumb. That was pretty ridiculous of me. Alright, maybe I'll pivot. Well, obviously I'm pivoting. Because the other ones that I've seen for diagrams in .NET are all right, let's look at this one. WPF toolkit. Controls included. I want specifically like diagrams is what I'm looking for here. I want to make like I need to make like a flow chart. Right, so this is the README, but I feel like the README is not that. I don't even know how to. I genuinely don't even know how to import it. There's a plus edition? What do you mean plus edition? What does new get? Oh, I guess it's just this. This is what it is. If I do this in the CLI, is it gonna work? No. Wow, that was really big. I like pulled it out of there and it was way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, that text is so big too. Okay. Yeah, it's just not, it's not even referencing the GitHub, so there's nothing there. All right. You know what? just gonna do a little, we're just gonna keep rolling with WPF, just plain. I'll look at the libraries over the weekend, maybe. It's Wednesday already? Yeah. Oh my gosh, bro. Time flies. Time flies, man. How is it already Wednesday? How is it already Wednesday? And also, I can't believe that I still have to go to work for 2 more days this week. Like, both of those statements are very true. I want to connect something to this button, right? Is that when I do like on click or something? Is that how I would do that? Button. Generally, I think you would do... Yeah. Click mode is get or sets cached representation of the UI element. No, cache, sorry. Gets or sets when click event occurs. Click base. No, click mode. Get or set when click event occurs. Default value is release. Okay. That's what I was wondering. Okay, so this is not how this works. Oh, it's just click. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. Click equals... I have questions about this stuff. So it's calling a method, right? Why is click not on here? Why is click not on here? Is it an events? Oh, here. So it occurs when a button is clicked, but I want to know what's passed into here. Is anything passed in? Yes. So sender and args are routed in here. Okay, so this makes sense. So let's do... I'm trying to think of how to do this best. Do I want a separate event for each button that's being clicked? Yes. Right? Well, it's either going to be a separate event for each button that's being clicked, or it's going to be just a big switch case with something passed in by the button. I don't know if there's another option. But nonetheless, I think we just release these. So let's say is that not how you Create square mode on. What? Yeah, what if I do this? Okay. Now what is this gonna do in here? So that did change that. Okay, so that's good. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So this is good. So I don't know if the camera needs to be more up or down or left or right. I don't really. Guys, I don't know. This is my first day. I feel like up, but I feel like that's good. Okay, so now we have Create Square Mode on. I'm gonna make this a little messy right now. Oh, what just happened? I'm gonna do private boolean. Nope. Boolean. No. Is it? I don't think it is boolean. Yep. I was right the first time. Private bool. We'll call this is square mode on. Set equal to false. Here, is square mode on equals true. How do you make a general click event? User can raise a click event by using an access test or enter and control its focus. See, I don't want button click. I want just click. Unless I make the entire screen a button, but that seems like you shouldn't have to do that. Seems silly. Why is this Windows Desktop 9? Oh, there's... Wait, no. Why is there only 10? Do I not understand what this means? What .NET are we on? I asked this last time and I forgot. I don't remember how to check. I don't remember how to check. Alright, well, it's not anything. Why do I not know how to do this? Oh, there we go. .NET version 9. Okay, cool. Let's get out of this before I embarrass myself some more. Oh, okay, interesting. All right, well, I guess that explains some things. Maybe it says it's the newest one, so I'm just gonna take it as it is. We're just gonna accept it. But I don't want button base. I want. Are there panels? No. There's different kinds of panels, but there's not necessarily panels, if that makes any sense. I wouldn't expect it to, but you know. Okay, so I want to go. See, I want to go back to WPF. I want to go back to WPF. What's up, Hez? This is me trying to learn .NET and WPF. I am trying to create a desktop application to create UML diagrams, like flowcharts, essentially, for software. I've never done C# before. That's not true. That's a complete lie. I've never done .NET before. I've done C# in like Unity, so I know the syntax, the language in general, but I've never developed in this .NET framework before. So learning kind of how that works, learning how WPF works. As you can tell, it's definitely a learning process. I have a blank screen with a label and 6 buttons that don't do anything right now. So that's where we're at. But thanks for hopping on the stream, man. Hope you learned something, honestly. What's the goal with .NET? Kinda just a general. Do you mean what's the goal for like why am I learning .NET? Is that what you're asking, or what are we doing with .NET? As far as me learning .NET, I just kind of a skill to have. I guess nothing in particular. Just trying to make projects. I think .NET. It was either .NET or some sort of Java framework. It was either going to be C# or Java to develop this, and I felt that .NET might be a better option, so that's what I went with. Plus, I like C# better than Java generally, so I went with .NET. And a lot of back-end development is .NET too, so if I look to get a job in .NET development, that'll be helpful, or a job in back-end development, .NET will be a helpful skill set to have as well. What is a dock panel? Oh, is this a drawing thingy? Absolute positioning of child elements. I guess that's what I want, isn't it? Alright, well, I guess let's do this then. Okay, so this is not at all XML-y, right? Oh, I guess this is. Window title, canvas sample, canvas. Okay, and it's setting different. There's canvases in the canvas. Interesting. What if I copy this into here? Hmm. Then if I did no, I want to do grid. I've done row first every time. If I did row 1. Column 1. We put it over here. So I mean, that's really what I want with this, right? Is okay, so a couple different things. I'm gonna delete this row for now. Zero with this, and go to 0 with this. And then paste this in here. Okay, so there we have the toolbar, and then this whole thing on the right here is going to be this whole thing on the right is going to be the canvas. I wonder if I could do I wonder if there's some sort of border I could put around, and this is probably getting kind of nitty gritty, but oh wait, hold on. Stack panel. Where's stack panel? Here. Here. Stack panel. Oh, there's just I must have missed that. Properties. There's no border or anything. Okay, interesting. That's fine though. That's fine. Now, I also want to know if Canvas has events. It does. I don't see a click event. Mouse left button down. Well, see, why isn't there just a click event? I don't like that, but that's fine. Okay, so there's a mouse left button up. So I'm gonna delete all of this. Also, if I delete to here, interesting. So it's just kind of an arbitrary length. Okay, interesting. That's also an arbitrary length. I think these do the same thing. I think auto and star do the same. But just double check. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Why do all these buttons go so far out? That is weird. I don't know why all the buttons go so far out. Why are they stretching? Oh, also want to delete that, I guess. Wait, no. I lied. Those don't necessarily mean anything. Yeah, that's very weird. I guess the window is only this big, which is probably part of the problem. Oh, so the window is way smaller now. But again, why is it bigger than what it's actually showing? This is really weird. Yeah, so I think it's only showing this area. I don't know why the rest of this exists. Oh, but cool, I can click on all these, right? That one did not like me. That one did not like me at all. We're just gonna get rid of that. Okay, so I don't want to get too caught up on this, but it is strange, I feel like. Curious to see, can we resize the window? I didn't actually check that. Yeah, you can. There's background equals, let's do, is there like a gray or something? Okay, so this is good to know. And this makes sense. This means that the lines are just not right. The lines are not correct at all. Okay, so that's good. Let's go ahead and add mouse left button up. Oh, whoops. Okay. Mouse left button up. Let's create a method and let's call this start create box. And then let's do I guess another private. Let's go back here. Right mouse button up. I want to see. There's nothing. What? Right? Is this what I want? Okay, so this is what I want. Mouse, button, event handler, sender, args. So sender object, and then E, mouse, button, event args. This is what I care about. I want to know the properties of this class. There should be a position. And there's not. There is. Get position. Turns the position of the mouse pointer relative to the specified element. Okay. So let's do private. I don't even know. What does this return? System.windows.point. Yep. Upper left box position. There should be like a point dot. I thought there'd be like a point dot zero or something. But we can just do new point. That's fine. Then for right now, I'm actually just going to do, I'm going to do console.write. No, I don't care about that. Let's write E dot get position. This. Actually, no, not relative to this. Relative to the sender. As a UI element. I don't know. You know, every time it autofills something for me, I don't know if it's actually good or not. So I don't know. Let's do. Let's do sender. We'll do original source. And then we'll do. Oh, wait. Totally did not do this right. This, which is just the main window, right? It's E dot get position. This is what I wanted, actually. Okay, so I'm actually going to delete this. I don't think that's actually relevant. This feels good, though. I feel like this is good now. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so it didn't like that. Why did it not like this? Method or operation is not implemented. UML app dot main window dot create start create box. Slime 38. Oh. I get it now. You don't actually want to do that. You want to take those out. That's a placeholder. That was poor thinking skills by me. That was poor thinking skills by me. I do need to see this. So that's 233. Okay, so what if I do right up here? 521. Okay, so we want the center. That's what we care about. For the canvas, yeah. Well, okay. For now, we have both of them. What do we actually want to do with it, though? Also, this should not be... Whoa. This should be crate box, not start crate box, because you'll need to do the first and second clicks through the same event. So we'll have to have a private boolean. It says is square first click done? Is square second click? Seems like a good one. Okay. I think at the end of this method we have to do is square second click equals true. Because then this will allow us to say, once you click it once, you're actually setting it to true. Okay, actually scratch that. It's every other click, right? So you just do not is square click as what you do. That would be the way to do it, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? I believe that would be the way to do it. So now you need this, and then this will be lower right box position. Also, just realized we used box down here and square up top, so we gotta just change those real quick. What's up with these? What's up with all these? Assignment ever used. Does not match the rule. Instance fields private. Suggested name is yeah, technically I should do that, shouldn't I? Technically. What's up with it now? Assigned but the value was never used. Oh, hold on. Whoa. There we go. I don't know why. You know what I could have just done instead of doing all that like an idiot? That probably would have been a lot easier. Oh well, it's fine. So now let's say if let's hold off on the square mode, right? Let's hold off on that. So if it's not second square click, then I guess we want to set upper left square position. Why? No. That was just so wrong. That was so incredibly wrong. Okay. So we'll do this. We'll do this for now. We might have to change it later. We're going to move all of this outside of the main window class, I think. I don't know why it would be in the main window class. That seems silly to me. I don't know exactly how is the main window class being determined? I guess do this. Yeah, it's just interesting. Okay. Oh, X class UML app dot main window. That's how it's being determined. So I think some of this logic needs to come out. I think this is the view model, right? Create box is the view model. I think. If I'm understanding this correctly. I might need to do some more research on view models. Let me write that down, actually. I'm writing the view model down to look it up later, and the MVVM architecture. My pen just completely stopped working. That's cool. It's fine, that's fine. So we have more than one pen. Cool, all right. So I'll have to look those two things up, see what they're about. I know generally what they are, but I want to do some more research on them, right? And then what? So how do we do this? How would we go about doing this? Let's go back to. I want to go back to the canvas. Yeah, I want to go back to the canvas class. So you can create a canvas by doing new canvas, setting all these things. You can set the parent, I'm sure. Yeah, so my parent canvas dot children dot add yada 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 yada. The music stopped. It's weird. Well, we're good now, so we're chilling. Okay. So then what I would need to do is get the height which is going to equal returns. Oh wait, hold on. Subtract 2 points, you get a vector. Yeah, so if we just do always do left subtracted by right, correct? Or always do right subtracted by left. Lower right square position and then upper left square position. Dot X. I don't actually know what this produces. It's a double. Okay, so that's an easy problem to solve. Just change it to double. And then I'm going to paste this and then do the width as well. Actually, and then I'll have to do the changes to Y. And then I need to do the absolute value of this. No. If you do lower right minus upper left, it'll always be positive, so that's fine. Also, I just realized the math is not mathing with this. Hold on, let me... I gotta draw something out. Do some vector maths real quick. One day you'd think I'd actually like learn how to do this, or like remember the significance of this. I never quite do though. I thought Man, I thought I figured out how to change the size. No, I don't remember. Okay, not that. I could have swore it was control. It's not control. Which is funny because this does not say control. I feel like it definitely is control, but that's fine. Hold on. Oh, you have to. That's what it is. That's what it is. You have to hold it. But anyways, okay. Back to the moral of the story. If you have 0.1 and you try to, let's do a little, and you have 0.2. Obviously, if you do 2 minus 1, you're going to get this vector right there. That's the vector you're going to get. However, your width needs to be this, and your height needs to be this. So you just want to take... Oh, yeah, no, I did that right. I'm just taking the x and y components of the vector. Yeah. Okay, I did that right. I'm not being silly. I'm not being silly. This is right. This is right. We did it right. So then you would need to do canvas square equals new canvas. Square width equals width. Square height equals height. Nice work. Square dot. Position maybe. Y2 minus Y1 equals height. I don't have a Y1 or a Y2. Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did. Thanks, Enrique. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. But I think that's what we're doing, or that's what we did. Set top and set left. Do what? Is this exactly what you have? Set top, set left. You can do top, right, left, and bottom. The value of the bottom attached property. So if we do top left, that should work. Why did it not like that? That's weird. That's very weird. Set top is upper left position Y. Yes, that's correct. It wants to take in... Oh, I see. That's why. That's not correct. We're just gonna do this. Canvas dot set left, square upper left, X, and then no, actually, I don't think I want to do that. Canvas, that's okay. All right, it just did the entire thing for me. Cool. Way to go, autocomplete. The autocomplete is a little crazy. I can't lie. It's definitely on the heavier side. Then, also, I assume I've always wanted to work with .NET, but I went full cloud in Linux. Nice. Cloud on Linux is sick though. Cloud on Linux is sick. Yeah, I'm actually just learning .NET now, so it's interesting. I've done C# before, like I'm familiar with the syntax of the language, but .NET I have not done before. But it's interesting. It's interesting. It feels very Microsoft for sure. Yeah, let's just go into one of these and let's see. I just want to make sure that is it relative to I don't know if it's relative to I guess we'll figure it out. Let's just test it. So it didn't work. Oh, what? Oh wait, that's just weird. Is it weird that I'm starting to dabble with Azure and I'm okay with it. Microsoft got a Microsoft. Yeah, I've done a decent amount of stuff in Azure before. And Azure is like, I personally do not like the docs for Azure at all. I think the docs for Azure are not great. Azure itself is like isn't bad. It's good, I think. I don't really have too much experience with other cloud environments, so I can't compare too much, but I didn't think it was terrible. It's definitely a learning curve for sure. There's a lot of stuff, especially I did that as my first job. Honestly, that was my first like corporate experience. My first tech job was doing stuff in Azure. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff in networking that I didn't even know. Just a lot of. I mean, I started doing Azure and I didn't know what Kubernetes was. I hardly knew. I knew what like the cloud was, but I didn't really know how it worked at all. But I learned. The cloud is cool though. The cloud is such a cool environment. Such a cool concept. And it's so nice to just be able to create resources so easily. Especially with, are you using Terraform for cloud stuff? Because love Terraform. HashiCorp is just, I love HashiCorp. I've done Terraform. I was a system admin for Vault, which is one of their like secret access management tools, privileged access management tools. So oh, cool. Yeah, Kubernetes I have not gotten into yet. I have not had the chance to experiment too much in there, but Kubernetes is also pretty sick. Do you do a lot of or I guess do you do like any programming then, or is it all just mostly cloud configuration, deployments, stuff like that? Do you do any like more back-end code or anything like that? Why is this? Why isn't it like this? Alright. It's the same Y because they both start at 0. That makes sense. It's not doing what I thought it should do, though. Probably because it's not setting... Probably because I have to set... the parent. Hold on. Over here, my parent canvas.children.add. Okay. And it doesn't like this because it's not a canvas, probably. If we do canvas parent equals sender, yeah. Parent. I do it all, trying to finish and push this new update to an app I'm working on. Playing with encryption, did a small POC live, but it's kind of broken. That's cool. That's awesome. I think doing it all is so cool. I mean, obviously it's a lot, but verting no literal or possible. Yeah, I know that. Type. I do know that. I know that that's possible, but I don't really know what to do about that. We could do like if. Could do something like that. Doesn't like this either. We're just gonna leave it like that. Sources are modified? What do you mean? Oh, this is open. I didn't mean to open that. I meant to shut that down before I did that. Okay. What happened? -211 is not a valid property for width. Oh, I did not think about that. I didn't think about that at all. You don't have to necessarily do down. It still doesn't like it. Oh wait, hold on. I didn't set a color. What color do we want? Let's do... I want like a bluish kind of color. But like a very unsaturated blue. Alright, we'll do dark slate gray. That's fun. I know it's not necessarily blue, but that's okay. Alright, I think the encryption small POC kind of broken. So that means that our coordinate basis is wrong. It's going to the right, which means when you set the left and the top, we're setting it further over. We're getting relative to the window, and it wants relative to the sender. Boom. That is so good. That feels so good. That was actually way easier than I thought it was going to be. And to be honest, what I should do... Thanks. Yeah, I'm trying to make a... software... I keep saying make a software. It sounds silly. I'm trying to make like a desktop app for making UML diagrams. So that's my project for learning .NET development. And then eventually I want to take that and I want to write a process that's going to parse out code files and automatically create UML diagrams based on the code files. So that's the end goal. So essentially automatic UML diagrams. But this is the first step. Mostly just trying to get a feel for how like events are working with how events work with the buttons and how we need that in web though. I mean, it is .NET. Like I could do it in web, right? I don't know if the translation would be that. I don't know exactly how different the process is for .NET between like web and desktop apps. I'd have to do research into that. I'm gonna write it down. All right. Yeah, I figured this would just be nice for like my personal projects. If it actually like works, I can make it open source, but we'll see. We'll see we'll see how useful it actually is, how good it actually is. But as I said, like for right now, I'm just trying to get an idea for how .NET works, the UI, the canvas, like actually displaying things, drawing things, registering, or like handling events, not registering, handling events. So that's the goal for this stream at least. It does feel a little chunky though, I think. Oh, I goofed it. Hold on. I goofed this. This should just be auto. Should all be auto. I like the automated parsing of markdown code or whatever code can be imported and displayed automatically as a nice EML diagram. I have heard about that. I have not like used it, but when I was doing research for this project, I did. I was reading a little bit on that you can just use like markdown code, or I think there's some programs that you can even take like Doxygen code or Doxygen comments or certain like comment protocols within the code files, and they take that and make it into UML diagrams. But I don't understand why there's no reason you can't just parse the code file without any extra markdown or comments or anything like that. Like you should just be like, there's already syntax, right? Like there's no need for any other protocol to be followed. You can just, I mean, you're essentially just parsing all the keywords out, right? Okay. Now it should actually expand when I expand the window. Except it didn't. What happened? What happened? Where did this go? What? Like add to fast APIs autogen of Swagger file and also exports in EML. That would be sick. Okay. I don't know exactly. Yeah, I haven't specifically heard of that before, but that's interesting. What's a Swagger file? I'm not like I've I'm not huge in Python. Like I'm not super well versed in Python, I should say. That's the word I'm looking for. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. Ah, that's why. There we go. This works. So star is fill up all the space. Auto is fill up the needed space, essentially. So this is click click right now. I don't necessarily want it to be click click. I want it to be click. I want it to be like drag lift. Click drag lift. Swagger file is an API documentation file, like if you made public functions that never come to play. Oh, okay. I got you. Oh, I see what you're saying. So Fast API generates the Swagger file automatically and also exports the EML. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I figured this was not revolutionary, right? Like, I figured that this definitely exists in some capacity, but I also figured it was in the perfect range of, like, something that I could definitely do, but nothing that I have done before. So, like, it's definitely pushing my skills, but not something that's gonna, take me years to do. Like, I think this will take me a couple months if I'm really on top of it, I'm really going at it. It'll take me a couple months, and that's it. I don't know if I should say that's it, but again, like, it's definitely well within reach. So that's why I did this. Also, it'd be super helpful, and I figured, so it's gonna auto generate the UML files, and then what I want to do is make an integration with the IDE, and then display the UML diagram in the IDE, so that way as I'm coding, it updates the UML diagram and it displays it in IDE, so that way I can see. Super helpful. And also stream can see it, because I feel like that's one thing that's really hard, is for like anybody coming onto the stream, and also people who aren't necessarily as technical, or if I'm doing something above somebody's skill set, or if they're just coming on, that is hard to like understand what's actually going on. So that'd be a nice way to visualize it and let people understand what's going on the stream, what I'm doing. So that was the idea behind this. I'm going to do mouse down. mouse left button down, equals start square. And this is gonna be finish square. I'm gonna change the name here. I was reading Clean Code, book by somebody, don't remember who. Let me look this up so I can give them proper credit. Not like they really, you know, not like it's an unpopular book, but Robert Martin, that's who wrote the book. And try to follow some better naming practices, just make code easier to read. Now this code in this file is horrible, don't ever do this, but I'm going to refactor it once I'm done with this specific part. That's the plan, at least. So with this, we'll call this, how did that even happen? We're going to call this finish square. And then I'm going to do private void start square. Object center. There we go. Okay. So now with this, all I have to do is yank this, paste into here, delete that, go all the way down here, put this back, okay, so now when we start the square, it's going to set the upper left hand position, and then when I finish the square, it's going to set the lower right hand position, and it's going to do this with it, and then it's going to do all of this stuff. And so if I apply these changes, and no, I pulled up the wrong window, didn't like that. It's going to close everything. And it's going to say, could not load type invalid token from assembly. Well, that's not ideal. We're going to restart it. That might have been because I was making changes as the build was already, you know. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous, I tell you. So much better. It's hard to tell. I imagine it's hard to tell because it looks about the same from like watching the screen. But just imagine if you had to click 2 points to make a square, or if you could just drag. And obviously there's not as much visualization right now, so that kind of sucks. But now, what I'm not sure about is, this is making canvases. I don't think I can, like, do anything with the canvas, can I? I don't know. I don't know. Can I set? I'm curious. Can I do square dot? Oh, I can do mouse. um, yeah. So I don't know. What does this exist? Is this a thing? The event mouse left button down can only appear at the left-hand side of plus equals or minus equals. I hate being the UX, UI, and designer. I just want the functions. Honestly, when I start doing front-end, like, design, I spend way too long. I'm way too much of, like, a perfectionist to try and do this stuff. Because I do it and I'm like, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. And then I realize that I have no idea how to make something look good. I'm just like, you know what? Eventually, I have to just say it works. And it works. I generally understand the purpose of everything. And that's the best it's going to get. Because I'm not that guy. Not that guy. That's for sure. But it's saying event can only appear on the left-hand side of plus equals or minus equals. And events. Yeah, so I already looked at this. Right, I already looked at this. Okay, I'm gonna add a I know test doesn't exist, but I'm going to make it exist. Perfect. Sometimes, bro, JetBrains autocomplete, chef's kiss. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. Sometimes I'm like, it's a little too much. But it's never bad. It's not usually bad. Only once or twice today have I noticed it being wrong, which is way better than Visual Studio. Visual Studio autocomplete, any Microsoft autocomplete is trash. Even now, for some reason, I don't know what they're doing, but for some reason, like Word, Outlook, PowerPoint, like their autocomplete or their like grammar corrections are terrible. Like, it's not even grammatically correct. It's not even a matter of like preference and flow of the statement. They are suggesting things all the time that are just blatantly grammatically incorrect. Doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, how did it do that? I have used Copilot, yeah. The job I currently have, Copilot is like our only allowed AI model that we're allowed to use because we have a private instance, so that way it's not all like, you know, all our data isn't getting mixed up. I'm not a big fan. Copilot it's fine. Copilot's fine. It's probably my least favorite model, to be honest. They just made at headquarters, they just developed and they're kind of like still developing, but they're in beta testing of a new, not like their own AI. It's definitely not their own AI. It's just like a website or like an interface, and it has ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude, and they're all allowed. I assume we must have private instances of them. Like I assume we must have our own like separate instance, which is crazy, but they do. And then it's so much better than Copilot. Copilot's on the bottom tier of models, in my opinion. But it's all right for stuff like, I feel like it's good enough for like office stuff, right? Like if you're like, oh, reword this, like I'm writing this document, reword this to be more professional, reword this email to be more professional. Like it's good for that stuff, but Anything complicated, anything super tactical, not the best. Like that was unneeded. Also, where are these? Okay. Let's launch it. I just want to see if I click on... So I have this. If I click on this, it does that, and it doesn't... Wait, so if I do this, it doesn't... Oh, it does create one. So it goes through both of them. Okay. Okay. So this is interesting. So canvases can be more complicated than just, they're not just visual, right? They do, I mean, obviously they're not just visual. I'm able to, you know, I'm able to handle events for this canvas, right? Like this main canvas. So why wouldn't I be able to use, like, handle events that are for just these mini canvases? That makes sense. So I would have to make, I think what I'm gonna need to do is make like a square class, and then that's going to be it's going to consist of like a canvas, some event handlers, yada yada yada, you know, all that jazz. And so what I will probably do is pass in just the lower square, the upper square, and the parent, or even just like the sender object. Pass those three in as, oh, I'll just do sender as canvas. I'll pass that in, and I will use those three to make the square. I don't know if there's a way to do it with less. Right, like I could... if the original canvas was a class, I could call on that class to... Oh, see, yeah, if this... I'm just kind of thinking out loud right now. But if this was a class, then I could call it from this class. I could create like a child square from this class, and then I wouldn't have to pass in this class. I would just pass in 2 points, which I think would be fine. It would be better than passing in a class as well, for sure. Or like a parent. That would be better than passing in a parent as well. Yeah, exactly. They would just spawn. And then also it would make sense that this main canvas would be responsible for spawning all the squares in it, you know? Like that would that would be a good design. But okay, I think I'm out of here for tonight. I think we're at a good spot to finish up. So I'm gonna take off. But Enrique, it's been real. Appreciate you hopping on here with me. Probably gonna do some research over the weekend. I'll be back next week with some more. And thank you for the follow, Enrique. Appreciate the follow a lot. Hope you have a great rest of your night, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. See ya.